In this video, we'll talk about how to get assets out of Adobe XD. So I'm in XD and I have my fitness app, and there are a lot of JPEG images or image files in here that I would need to give to the developer when it comes time to handing this project over to the developer so they can code up the app. So you'll notice over here in the inspector panel that there's an option to mark for export. So any images that we want to export, we can export them individually or collectively using this mark for export button. You'll notice under the file menu down to export, we have some options selected: all artboards, After Effects, and batch. So let's take a look at this. So I have this image here, this large hero image, and I'm going to click mark for export on that. I have all these images in my grid that I want to export, so I'm going to mark those for export as well. And I have this image that I need to mark for export, and then this image I'll need to mark that for export as well. And back on this first login page, I'll mark this for export as well. So then we can go to File, Export, and you can batch export. And so then we can pick a file format. So I'm going to pick a JPEG file format since those were all images. You can choose the quality for the images from a range of 20% to 100%. I might choose 80% here just to save on file size a bit. And then you can choose to export for design. Selected assets will export at one time, or for the web, selected assets will export as 1 times and 2 times, and designed at 1 time. So what this means is that it's going to be 2 times would be 2 times the size of the image for retina displays, so that we use the one time size, but it has all that extra size for retina displays, so that, or high density displays, so that it can show the image at full quality. And there's an options button here. That's for all those options that we just saw. I'm going to put this on the desktop in a new folder. I'll just call this assets and click create, and then click export. And XD does its work. And if I look in the assets folder, I have all these assets now, and you can see this one is 2 times the size, and this one's 1 times the size. So I can hand these off to the developer, and then they can take them and put them into the work. This grid didn't come out the way that it should have. There's probably a better way to export that, but the rest of the images is what I want to hand off to the developer. And you should already have the originals that you worked from anyway, so you could possibly hand those off as well. Okay.